Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy DuckyTheGamer back again with another video. I'm coming to you guys with a honestly a highly anticipated video for the Fortnite mobile community, and that is the fact that today I went out and picked up the brand new Samsung Galaxy Tab S7, the only tablet in the world right now that can actually play Fortnite mobile on season 4. Obviously, everyone usually plays on an iPad Pro, but because of Epic versus Apple and hashtag free Fortnite, this bad boy is pretty obsolete, and I haven't touched it in a while because I'm not able to play season 4 on it. But the Tab S7 is here. And today I'm going to be giving you guys my thoughts and opinions on it, sort of like an initial review. This video is not going to be my typical live gameplay style video where usually I would be playing live on the device, giving you guys my live feedback and my live thoughts. There's a lot of stuff I want to say, and I don't want to be cranking 90s and worrying about killing people while I'm trying to talk to you guys about the tablet. I also have to be very clear and very transparent with you guys. This is not a sponsored video. I know I do have experience in the past working with Samsung and being a partner with them, but I'm still happily with OnePlus, a company I've been with for the last few months. And so this video is coming to you guys from an unbiased, non-sponsored opinion. Like I said, this is sort of like a first glance, first kind of thoughts and opinions video. I've put about an hour of solo and creative gameplay so far into this tablet, and that's what I'm going to be basing today's video off of. If you guys want to see a more in-depth video, or if you want to see live gameplay on the tablet, then let me know in the comment section below, or just by dropping a like on this video. Also, on that note, if you guys take a look, we are extremely close to 1 million subscribers. So if you guys haven't subbed and you end up enjoying today's video, I would greatly appreciate it if you take 2 seconds out of your day and just drop a sub. All right, so I'm currently editing the video right now, and I actually just figured out there is a way I can play 120 FPS on the Tab S7. It requires messing with the game code and all sorts of stuff, but I'll probably end up making a video with 120 FPS on the Tab S7 in the next few days or so. So there's 2 main things I'm going to be covering in today's video. The first one is going to be the tablet's performance. How has the tablet performed for me? What are obviously the specifics? You know, how much FPS does it get? What's the screen like? And how is the overall gameplay experience? Secondly, I'm going to be comparing the iPad Pro versus the Samsung Tab S7. I'm going to be doing this because at the end of the day, there's only 2 gaming tablets out there, the iPad Pro series and now the Tab S7. So I thought it's only fair to put these 2 tablets head to head and to give you guys a comparison and just an idea of how these 2 match up against each other. So all the gameplay you guys are going to be seeing in the background was gameplay I captured during my session. I played on low graphics on 100% 3D res. This tablet can get up to epic graphics as you guys are seeing right now. However, I always play Fortnite Mobile on low graphics, 100% 3D res. And so on that note, the question you guys all have on your mind now, how many FPS does the Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 get? And it's 60 FPS. Currently, at the time I'm recording this video, the Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 is getting a whopping 60 FPS capped in Fortnite Mobile. To say the least, I'm very disappointed at this. For over a year now, the iPad Pro series, both 2018 and 2020, have been rocking 120 FPS. Even my OnePlus 8 Pro phone, a phone that is actually this exact same price as this tablet, is getting more FPS than the Tab S7. However, I can't be too hard because whenever new devices usually come out for Fortnite Mobile or just games in general, they're not optimized. So maybe in the future, maybe in a few weeks or a few months, Epic Games will finally be able to optimize the Tab S7 for either 90 FPS or 120 FPS gameplay, because this tablet does actually have a 120 Hertz refresh rate screen, meaning once again, if Epic Games decides to optimize the tablet, then the tablet will actually be able to get 120 FPS. But as it stands, it's chilling at about 60. And well, it's not really chilling at 60. I would say on average, I was getting about 55 FPS during any noticeable gameplay or action. I would notice my frames dropping to 50, 55, to anywhere between 55 and 45 FPS. Now, something else that is extremely important to talk about in the performance and just the general experience of this tablet is the input delay. This is something the Samsung Tab S6 had back about a year ago when it was first released. To put it simply, input delay is the time delay between when you do an action on the screen. Let's say you press a button, it's the delay between when the screen registers the touch and when it actually is converted in game. This mainly is noticed whenever you're looking around, flicking really fast, or doing a lot of fast mechanical moves. The tablet always just felt like it was lagging behind. I do want to note that the iPad Pro, in my opinion, has little to no input delay. Obviously, there's going to be some input delay on every device in the world when it comes to technology, but the iPad Pro, in my opinion, 10, I would say there really just isn't any noticeable input delay. And all in all, after my hour of gameplay, right now, if I had to give the tablet a score out of 10, I would honestly have to give it like a 5 or 6 out of 10. The tablet works and it's a good tablet, but at the same time, when the frames are dropping, and this is not even like it's 120 FPS dropping to like 100, it's 60 FPS in 2020 on a $650 tablet, dropping in general build fights and just generic actions within the game. Combining this with the input delay, it really doesn't make for a clean and a smooth experience. It feels like this tablet is 1 to 2 years old. So you guys might be thinking I'm being pretty harsh on the tablet for no reason, and I'm kind of crapping on it. But now is where I compare the Tab S7 versus the iPad Pro 2020. And let me tell you guys, it's crazy. I did not believe the numbers that I saw when I did research on the iPad Pro 2020 versus the Tab S7, but it is literally shocking, and you guys are probably going to be extremely shocked as well. So when it comes to technology, there's these things called benchmarks. They're basically tests or applications you run on the device. You can compare this number to other devices to sort of get a general feeling as to how they stack up against each other. And in the benchmark CPU test for the iPad Pro 2020 versus the S7, the iPad Pro 2020 scored a 4,500 and the S7 scored just above a 3,000. This means that in the CPU score multi-threaded, the iPad Pro 2020 was 50% faster, more efficient, and however you want to phrase it, than the S7. But wait, gamers, it doesn't stop there. In the GPU scores and the GPU test for the 2020 versus the S7, it got even crazier. The iPad Pro 2020 got 2 times more FPS in the benchmarks than the Tab S7. This honestly makes sense because the iPad Pro gets 120 FPS and the Tab S7 only gets 60 FPS in games. So when you even bring the tablets into benchmarks, you're seeing the exact same things. And so I'm showing you guys these numbers because I feel like just giving you guys my personal opinion, it might not be enough validation, but this just kind of proves that the Tab S7 really isn't even comparable to the iPad Pro 2020. And so once again, comparing the 2020 versus the S7, the iPad Pro 2020 and the 2018 version both get 120 FPS, while the Tab S6 and S7 are stuck on 60 FPS. I would say personally, the iPads have no input delay at all, while the Samsung Tab S7s do have a little bit of noticeable input delay. I would say as well, the graphics on the iPad Pro with their Retina display technology, whatever you want to call it, I do think that when you combine that with the really good processors on board those tablets, I do think the graphics are a little bit better on the iPads. But I will say that's probably the strongest point of this entire thing, is the graphics are good. If you're looking for a tablet that can run the game, it's got Season 4, and it's actually able to play the game, the Tab S7 is your clear winner because it is a little bit cheaper than the iPad Pro 2020. It does cost $650 compared to $800 of the iPad Pro 2020. And then on top of that, I'm a very competitive, I'm a very intense gamer. If I was a casual gamer, I would probably rate this tablet somewhere along like a 7.5 because, like I said, it gets the job done. It's 60 FPS, but at the same time, it's almost like you're settling for it. In a world where the iPad Pro 2018, a 2-year-old device, can outperform a tablet just as expensive as it nowadays in 2020. To me, if you're looking for the best tablet out there, the iPad series is still a clear winner. Right now on eBay, the iPad Pro 2018s are going for around $650 to $700. So instead of buying the Tab S7, you could go buy a used or new iPad Pro 2018 for around the same price and get pretty much double the performance. The iPad Pro didn't exist, I would probably give this thing a better score, but at the same time, these are the only 2 gaming rated tablets in the world. And when you have the S7, which is only $150 cheaper, like if this thing was like $500, I would probably recommend this. But considering it's almost the price of an iPad Pro, yet nearly is 50% slower, it is extremely hard to recommend this tablet to buy to any avid mobile gamer. And so I tweeted out sort of my sentiments with me using the whole Tab S7. There are a few people in the community who have already had the chance to play with the Tab S7. I've only heard one person who says they like the Tab S7 and they will be using it for competitive reasons, but the 4 or 5 other people who I've personally heard that have used the device, those guys have the same sort of feelings I do. Also, considering the fact that very shortly the Apple versus Epic controversy is going to be getting some updates on when we can expect mobile to come back, I would highly recommend you guys to not pull the trigger on this thing. I bought it just because I'm going to test it out, and I'm mobile gamer. I love playing on all devices. I love playing on new phones. I love playing on new tablets. But all in all, to say the least, this thing, it's a little bit disappointing. I had higher expectations after seeing these benchmark scores and after seeing that it still just really doesn't compare to the iPad Pro series. I'm not sure if this thing is really ever going to get above 60 FPS. I have to commend Samsung for making a tablet and putting as much effort and work into it as they have. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Once again, if you guys want like a live gameplay session of me actually playing Fortnite on the Tab S7 live in person, then just let me know in the comment section down below. Or once again, by liking this video. I really hate to be so harsh on a tablet that I know this thing is trying. I know it wants to compete against the iPad, but Apple has made a killer product. And so far, there's no other company really trying to compete with Apple in the tablet space. So it looks like another potential year for competitive tablet gamers to be gaming on the iPad. Once again, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. It's been your boy DuckyTheGamer. Thank you for watching my tablet review series, and I will I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.